So basically, the new top 1 platformer, at least I think it's top 1, Dead of Night, legit got robbed. So basically, Dead of Night is this super long platformer. The verifier legit took 6 hours to beat the level, and the showcase alone is an hour long. And here's the thing, there are some parts in this level that look absolutely amazing, and it managed to get a feature. It's a literal featured level. I think this is possibly the worst case of a level getting just straight up robbed when RobTop rated it. And this is where I'm gonna actually implement a new hashtag. I don't know if anybody's used it before. Hashtag RobTop sucks at his job. Because really, how did Dead of Night not get at least a legendary? At least an epic. Because it's surprisingly optimized for just how detailed it is. It's surprisingly optimized. So for it to have just above 1 million objects, it looks good for that much. Because I want to say there's over 100 different rooms in this level, and all of them look extremely difficult. I don't know how people managed to beat this level. But honestly, I feel like RobTop should have at least given this an epic. And I feel like this is where RobTop should add a new thing called, community rates, where there's a switch kind of that shows the RobTop rating. So for instance, this would be a featured, but then for instance, the community rate could be a mythic or a legendary. And also, if this level came out during my mythic and legendaries videos, this would have been the highest one to get a mythic, because so much effort went into this level, and I'm really surprised how it managed to just get a feature. And I think that's really sad, because you can tell the creators put a lot of work into this. To make the gameplay even work takes a lot, and then the decoration looks really good, and I get it. It's really object heavy, but then again, he's rated levels with over 400,000 objects. He also literally rated Corn once, and that one had, 1.5 million objects. So I'm really surprised how he managed to only give this a feature. And look, I've played it before, it was laggy, but then again, I legit have a phone, so I can't really do much about it. That my phone doesn't really, work that well when it comes to really object heavy levels. But I feel like really some of the ideas in these levels are really cool. For instance, there's the Walmart level that's playing in the background right now. You have to collect coins to buy different things at a shop, as kind of upgrades, you could say. And it's actually a really cool idea. Honestly, I don't see why this would be a bad game design or anything, but it genuinely looks like a fun little level. Anyways, sorry, I just had a massive yawn there. Low taper fade, oh my gosh. Anyways, I just feel like this level could have been more than what it could be when it comes to its rating. Because just look at the level behind it. It's literally a 3D cube. And I feel like this is one of the cooler ideas. Now, it also might be coming from a gameplay standard, as for RobTop has stated before that he doesn't like these hitbox abusing levels, where they just put you in between 2 spikes and make you do a 4-block jump with you having to land in between some of the spikes. Rob has outright said that he just doesn't like those levels. So it might just be that he doesn't like those, and that might have determined why it got rated less than it could have been. Or it might have just been because some of the levels, or some of the sub-levels, I guess you could say, are kind of jokish and aren't particularly decorated to today's standards. For instance, the one in the background right now. But then again, RobTop's rating levels that have 1.9 deco, And some of them have 2.1 deco still, and this background one has like core 2.0 level design. So I feel like it's really unfair that, again, this only got a feature, because if you compare a normal featured level to this, there'd be a clear difference. And that's the unfortunate thing, because an average featured level takes 3 to like 15 hours to make. Dead of Night, I want to say total took about 500 hours. Now, I didn't fact check this, but it's probably somewhere around there, considering the amount of effort that these levels look like they took. And I feel like RobTop needs to find like a way to assign ratings correctly, because you can't be telling me that this looks feature worthy. Okay, maybe it does look, then again, you gotta remember, most of the levels look way better than this. For instance, this one, it's literally a website, dude. Like, how can you not say this is a cool level with really cool ideas, actually? Like, the ideas in this level are really cool. Also, there's Miku in this, so immediately 10 out of 10. Anyways, this, I feel like, should have been rated more higher than it is. That's, well, the point I'm trying to get across. I reviewed it myself multiple times, just trying to get the point through, because these sub-levels have really cool ideas that can't really be more expanded on. Like, how can you build more on this? Like, literally, it's a TV screen of an infomercial that you have to plan. Also, I'm pretty sure the person who verified the level made that last one. And there's also this level. This one looks really cool, actually. This is probably actually my favorite level in the whole level. That sounds really weird. This has to be one of my favorite, if not my most favorite. It just looks really cool, and I think, I don't know who made it. I want to say Necrodox made this level, or made this part of the level. I feel like it's honestly really cool. And again, this idea, I can't really think of anything it could have been expanded on. Also, we can't forget to mention the whole lot of red room. But you literally, maybe RobTop just doesn't have good music taste though. This also has to be one of the other coolest levels. Like, it's a static block area. It's basically a disco area, I guess you could say. And I think this actually looks really cool. Now you gotta remember, all the gameplay here is like top 50 P-min list or platformer demon list. And so that for like an hour straight, minimum, more than likely, minimum like 5.5 hours usually. That seems insane. There's also levels like this that are really simplistic that might have run it down a little bit too. I feel like I should also mention this. I'm not trying to send hate to any of the creators in this level. They all did a really good job, better than I more than likely will ever be able to do. Because seriously, do you think I could make a Tetris themed level for a level of this length? Exactly, no, I couldn't. It's really obvious. And so I feel like RobTop rating it a feature is not fair. And I feel like he should do with one of the other levels he did, where he rated it mythic in the beginning and then derated it to a legendary. I feel like he should do it with this level, because then, you know, like, let's be honest, this looks way cool, honestly. Now, you gotta remember, I am a decorator, and so I can kind of have more, I guess, thought on this. As for I'm saying this, now this might be a bit biased because it kind of is, I would say I have decently decorated levels. Okay, I take long with my levels, but that's because I want them to look good. Not them to just be a generic featured level. I actually want them to look decent a bit. And so for RobTop to rate this that low, like, a feature is what most levels get when they first get rated, and that really surprises me. And so I just feel like he could do what he did with that one level, but instead reverse it, where he at least puts it up to an epic. But honestly, I feel like the level deserves a mythic, because Throat of the World, yes, is a very cool level, but I feel like this has more ideas and, how do I say this, better gameplay from what it seems. Now, again, I'm not really one to say anything about gameplay. My hardest is literally like one of the easiest medium demons in the game, but I just have a feeling that this gameplay doesn't particularly look bad. It would just take some practice to actually get right. Also, are we forgetting that this is in the level? Literally, Fortnite. Now, look, I don't like Fortnite. I'm not a big fan of it. But this I can say is impressive for Geometry Dash. It legit looks like the game, and I used to play it back in like 2020, back when it was still extremely popular. And I can proudly say that, yeah, this looks literally like the game. I don't know how you make this. I know Kuluk made it, so, like, of course, or however you pronounce the name, C-U-L-U-C. I don't know how he managed to make this level. Like, honestly. And I'm honestly surprised how this macro, I'm assuming it is so smooth. But I feel like this is another one of the levels that had a really cool idea and was executed amazingly. Because just look at this decoration. This looks like, if this was its own level, like, this is the decoration throughout the entirety of it, this would easily be mythic. Well, not mythic, I was meant to say legendary. But again, since all the other levels in this level, that still sounds so wrong to say, have amazing decoration, I feel like it should have at least gotten a legendary. I don't know what RobTop was thinking, giving this a feature. Also, we can't forget the end of the Fortnite level where this happens. Like, there's a legit hole in space. I don't know how you managed to make it more realistic than that. I'm assuming this is where like 200,000 of the objects went for this whole level. Cause look, really, that realistic? How do you manage to do that? It makes zero sense, dude. Oh, and yeah, we can't forget about this level. What? I don't understand how you make something look that good. It honestly astonishes me. I don't know how people do that. I guess it just takes a lot of effort and more than so a lot of time, honestly, to perfect a level to that degree. And honestly, I feel like the idea of this being a getting over it part is also pretty cool. Because the decoration looks really cool. I mean, obviously. And then the gameplay, I mean, it's not particularly an original idea. We've seen it before in a bunch of other levels. But it's really cool. It's a really cool idea. And then the ending is really cool. This bunch of birds and the floating eyeball just looking at you. That looks like my sleep paralysis demon. I'm actually being completely honest, bro. But I definitely feel like this is the epitome of basically a perfect level. Like, don't get me wrong, there are some things that might be able to maybe frustrate a couple people, like the hitboxes. Overall, though, everything is really cool. Especially this section. This is literally basically a wave section in a platformer. In fact, I've made the waving platform before. It's literally you just attach a blue orb to a UFO and make sure that it follows the player X and Y the entire time. Like, you could just see it right there. It did the little wave pattern. Now, this video literally has no editing in it. I just figured I'd make it because I haven't seen anybody else really talk about how, well, Dead of Night has gotten really just robbed of its rating. I've said it again a million times at this point. RobTop, honestly, if you're seeing this, I highly recommend that you at least change it to an epic, and at most, a mythic. Like, the decoration in this is on par with Throat of the World, if not a little bit better. And again, that's not supposed to be like throwing stuff at the J Shadow and Moistened Egg. It's not supposed to be throwing anything at them. It's just supposed to be saying that their decoration is almost on par. And by almost, I mean Throat of the World has different decoration for sure, but I think it's boss fights and ideas make it what it is. The decoration is decent, I'll give it that, but not as much as this. And this one has more ideas, but the gameplay seems really hard to judge. But that's really all I have to say for this video. Thanks for watching my almost 16-minute long rant that I made at... Okay, I accidentally stopped the recording, but I made this rant at 1 a.m. So, yeah. But thanks for watching. Oh, by the way, thanks for 95 subs. Literally about 3 hours ago was I at 90, now I'm at 96. So thanks for that. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.